Coming up on UT10 News, universities across the country are banning Greek life.
And how Toledo police are combating a recent increase in gun violence.
Plus, Kenny Cruz was at the Glass Bowl as the Rockets battled Western Michigan for a spot in the MAC championship game. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Madison Humphrey.
And I'm Courtney Stack.
Hard on the heels of several deaths at fraternity parties, colleges are starting to look into their Greek life policies.
Alexis Wheatley sat down with UT leaders to see if Greek life suspensions could be coming our way.
Within the past year, 4 students have died due to alcohol consumption at fraternity parties nationwide, while even more are being hazed, abusing alcohol, or even sexually assaulted. Factors like these are forcing universities to shut down their Greek life populations. While some organizations have rituals for becoming a member, the acts can be unsafe.
You have to earn your letters. I went through this to get my letters. We're going to put you through it. But every time that happens, it gets a little worse.
When allegations are filed against a chapter, the university is made aware and disciplinary actions are made if seen fit.
And when we work hand in hand, then we can really figure out what's going on, figure out how to address the behavior, and keep the organization on campus and active.
The University of Toledo has 32 Greek life organizations, all of which have no intention of being suspended at this time. Reporting for UT10 News, I'm Alexis Wheatley.
According to the Humane Society, millions of dogs are produced in puppy mills each year.
These dogs live in overcrowded and oftentimes unsanitary conditions despite annual inspections by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Take a look at the impact.
The consequences detrimental.
Her paws were splayed. She had yeast infections in her paws, on her belly, in her ears. She had no muscle tone because she had obviously never been out of that cage.
The impact everlasting.
They are not even able to stand or move around correctly, so their legs are deformed, their paws are deformed, their spines are deformed.
An industry unregulated. This is Gemma, one of the millions of puppies bred in a puppy mill each year. Susan Robinson says puppies in these mills often live in stacked wire cages, are not socialized, and receive minimal vet care. The International Society of Animal Rights says more than 90% of dogs sold in pet stores come from these mills. However, I reached out to John Stottle, owner of the Family Puppy Store in Toledo, who says times have changed. He says all pet shops combined in the U.S. sell only 100,000 puppies annually. He claims to use the best breeders in the industry and works to educate others on the humane practices of breeding.
Now, Stottle says he does not get his dogs from puppy mills. However, one of the breeders he purchased from in the past is Indiana-based Stephen Lehman. Robinson provided a 2015 USDA inspection report citing him for inadequate veterinary care and dangerous enclosures.
3 people shot on Toledo's east side yesterday brings the total to 5 wounded in the last week. 2 people were also shot near Earl and Rogers Streets last Tuesday. Toledo police say a majority of efforts to combat shootings have been successful.
We're over 1,100 guns seized this year. So that's significant, and it's up from years past, and it just shows that officers are out there.
The investigation into yesterday's shooting is ongoing.
And Senator Sherrod Brown visited local United Auto Workers yesterday to discuss a new bill that would protect Ohio workers.
UT10's Jed Schilling joins us with more.
Madison and Courtney, Senator Brown prioritizes union workers with this proposed legislation. On Monday, the UAW of Toledo gathered to learn about a federal initiative to protect U.S. jobs. The Foreign Investments Review Act would require the Secretary of Commerce to review local and foreign investments exceeding more than $1 billion. Its goal is to ensure foreign investments benefit the U.S. economy.
Investments in Ohio should create jobs in Ohio, should be about small businesses and big companies in our community hiring Ohio workers.
Brown adds if passed, the bill will keep jobs here in Toledo, especially for union workers at the Jeep plant.
It helps create jobs in Toledo instead of sending them out of the country. I welcome more investment in our community, but I also want to make sure that this investment will be in our best interest.
UAW local president Bruce Baumhauer announced 150 new Jeep workers have been hired.
Thanks, Jed.
According to Tobacco 21 leaders, there are 480,000 deaths per year from tobacco.
UT10's Tashana Sewell brings us the latest on Toledo's discussion to increase the legal tobacco age from 18 to 21.
Toledo supporters made their case to raise the age limit for all tobacco products, including smokeless tobacco and e-cigarettes, November 16th at the City Council meeting. When asked why the age 21, Shannon Lands, Public Information Officer of Toledo's Health Department, said the younger students are receiving these products from older students in high school as well in college. With UT being a smoke-free campus, professors and our medical building was all for the cause.
That would be consistent with our policy on campus, where really nobody, regardless of your age, is allowed to smoke on campus.
If laws are passed, Toledo will become the 9th city in Ohio to raise the minimum age.
We already can't smoke weed. We can't drink liquor. Now they want to take hookah away from us too.
I'm Tashana Sewell from UT 10 News.
And according to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, 3.2 million shelter animals are adopted annually. However, the Humane Society of the U.S. reports every 13 seconds a cat or dog is euthanized due to overcrowded shelters. Helen Bench, executive director at the Toledo Animal Shelter, says cats are especially hard to find homes for.
In the summer months, early summer, late spring, I mean, it would be nothing for us to turn away 50 to 100 kittens a day. That's how bad it is.
Interested in adopting? Go to UT10news.com.
Local residents flocked to the Lucas County Rec Center to get their hands on handmade gifts and decorations for the holiday season. The Toledo Craftsmen's Guild hosted Crafts for Christmas this past weekend. More than 100 vendors sold items ranging from wooden toys to glass ornaments. Many were willing to customize orders for their customers. Guests were also encouraged to bring a toy to donate to Toys for Tots.
I'm Kenny Cruz, and this is your UT10 Sports Report. Lots going on in Rocket Sports as the men's basketball team took on the Syracuse Orange, and the men's basketball team faced the Dayton Flyers. But first, the football team took on the Western Michigan Broncos on Friday. The Rockets were able to get on the board with a 33-yard field goal from Jamison Vest. Freshman Shaquille Seymour ran for a 1-yard touchdown, increasing the lead over the Broncos. Western Michigan was able to sneak in a 24-yard field goal before the half. During the third quarter, Western fought back, scoring their first touchdown of the game, making the score 24-10. Senior Terry Swanson rushed for 94 yards, moving him into 5th place on UT's all-time rushing list. Senior quarterback Logan Woodside became the first Rocket to throw 10,000-plus yards, adding to his career stats. The Rockets will appear in the MAC championship game for the first time since 2004.
Beat Western Michigan, who's taken this thing from us the last 2 years, and now they get a chance to go play in Detroit. If that's the last memory they have out here, I figured we'd have a pretty good locker room celebration, and we did.
This game on Saturday will be a rematch against the Akron Zips. On to basketball as the women hosted Dayton last Saturday. The ladies started with a pick and roll from sophomore Mary Alice Antucci to junior Kayla McIntyre. Redshirt freshman Tanaya Beecham stepped up her defense, stealing the ball and contributing to the fast break points with a layup. The Rockets' defense held the Flyers to just 18 points in the first half. The old school pick and roll worked well for McIntyre as she led the Rockets in scoring with 19. Dayton had several opportunities for second chance points coming from their leading senior point guard. Junior Olivia Cunningham dribbled down the lane, regained control, and went up for a layup. The Rockets had 32 bench points in the paint and 29 bench points.
We're just so proud of the effort, not only of our starters, but our bench. I thought everybody that came in really contributed and did great things for us tonight.
Their next home game will be Thursday night against Maine. And the men tried to follow up from their last win as they traveled to face Syracuse last Wednesday. The Rockets started at a good pace as they trailed by 1 in the first half, but they weren't able to hold on as the Orange kept the lead, winning by 8. Their next home game will be Saturday against Texas Southern.
Thanks, Kenny. For Courtney Steck, Kenny Cruz, and all of our crew, I'm Madison Humphrey. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.